the Saints defeating the undefeated Atlanta Falcons here at the Dome, the Saints have now won 2 games in a row, giving them their first winning streak of the season. The Saints hope that this momentum can carry over into the second half of the season and maybe make a run at the playoffs. However, entering spring training, Mire was not even expected to make the Diamondbacks roster. With offseason acquisitions of pitchers Trevor Cahill and Takashi Sato, the Diamondbacks' pitching rotation seemed set, and many figured Mire would be sent back down to AAA. Here on senior night, it was the 2 freshman running backs that stole the show. Xavier Roberson and Rashid Harrell both rushed for over 100 yards, giving fans some excitement to look forward to in the future. For the big game, I'm Sean Mire.
And let's throw it over to the third member of our team to tell us a little bit more about the contrast between these two teams, Sean Mire. Sean?
Well, all season long, the Lady Lions have been led by veteran duo Brandy Simmons and Aja Gibson. In the last meeting between these two teams, they combined for 24 points, but were outshone by Northwestern State's own dynamic duo, freshman guards Keisha Lee and Janelle Perez. They scored 41 of the team's 64 points. So in this game, whichever duo shines the brightest will most likely lead their team to victory. Back to you guys.
All righty, thank you, Sean.
Since losing superstar point guard Chris Paul, the New Orleans Hornets have been in rebuilding mode. Finishing at the bottom of the league standing last season led to a roster overhaul this season. With the new additions of rookie sensation Anthony Davis, sharpshooter Ryan Anderson, and young phenom point guard Grievous Vasquez, the future of the Hornets, or should I say Pelicans, looks bright. However, when Chris Paul came back to New Orleans to face his old team, a 105-91 loss to the Clippers proved the rebuilding is still underway. Lindsey Kramer was there at the New Orleans arena. Here's her report. There was a time when Southeastern tennis was synonymous with domination, winning conference titles year after year after year. After a short hiatus from the top of the Southland Conference, the Lady Lions are back. Off to a 6-0 start, Aaron Griffin explains how the Lady Lions are ready to claim back their conference throne. Southeastern's tennis team has dominated all season long, finishing the season with 21 wins and only 2 losses. With a recent win over rival Nicholls State, the Lady Lions clinched the Southland Conference regular season title. Chelsea Email tells us how the tennis team got back on track this season to claim back their conference crown. Meanwhile, the Lady Lions, well, they haven't looked as impressive this season. Losers of their first 6 conference games, it would be easy for Aja Gibson and company to simply settle in at the bottom of the Southland Conference. However, recent wins over Texas A&M Corpus Christi, Central Arkansas, and Northwestern State have shown that this team may be down, but they're not out quite yet. Caleb Harris explains. Jonathan Vilma allowed to play and back from injury for the Saints. He's taken on the Buccaneers in their throwback creamsicle jerseys. Gotta love those uniforms. First drive, Drew Brees steps back. The pass is tipped and picked off by Rondé Barber, and Barber returns it to the 15-yard line, and the Bucs would score on the very next play. They would go up 7-0 early in this ballgame. Now up to Drew Brees to respond, and he does, hitting Colston across the middle, and he would score. Saints back in it, and the offensive fireworks would continue in this one. Here's Drew Brees. He throws it deep for Joseph Morgan, and Morgan makes an incredible play, stays on his feet, and dives into the end zone. Wow. That score tied up the game late in the first half, and now with only 20 seconds remaining, Drew Brees hits David Thomas for the lead. We go to the second half now, and Josh Freeman connects with Vincent Jackson, and there's no one in front of him. He could go all the way, but no. Malcolm Jenkins stops him at the 1-yard line. Take a look at this again. Great effort by Jenkins, coming in from 30 yards away and catching up with Jackson, making the play. This would prove to be huge, as here on 3rd down, Jenkins again stuffs LeGarrette Blount, bringing up 4th down. And on 4th down, Freeman's going to scramble to his right, but he can't find anything. He's stopped by Cameron Jordan on the chase, and the Saints With a huge goal line stand after a Saints 3-and-out, the Bucs would have one last shot to tie it up, and here Freeman hits Vincent Jackson. What a day he had inside Saints territory, over 200 yards receiving for him. Now with 6 seconds left, Tampa Bay has one last shot on 4th down, and Freeman looking, finally finds a receiver open in the back of the end zone. You've got to be kidding me. But penalty flags fly, and on the replay, we see he steps out of bounds before coming back in to make the catch. That means this touchdown is nullified, and the Saints win their second game in a row, 35-28. A no-hitter. It's a rare occurrence in baseball. Much like bowling a 300, hitting a hole-in-one, or recording a triple-double, pitching a no-hitter is the epitome of perfection. For the pitcher who throws the no-no, he goes down in baseball lore. And for the fans in the stands, well, they become witnesses to history. On Sunday, March 3rd, Lions fans at the Pat were able to witness history when senior lefty Jordan Hymel threw the game of his career as he no-hit Texas Southern in a 9-0 victory. The no-hitter was extra special for local Lion fans who watched Jordan pitch down the road at Letcher High School and then for 4 solid years as a starter for the Southeastern Lions.
It was just a roller coaster of emotions, up and down, for me and the fans probably. And I threw the last pitch on a swing and miss. It was just, most exciting time I ever had as a pitcher. It was crazy to see my teammates run out there on the field and, could share this with me. It was great.
Hymel's performance marked only the 4th time in SLU history that a no-hitter was pitched. The last no-hitter was thrown in 1979 against Louisiana College. However, in that game, 2 pitchers, Blaine Roseberry and John Morton, split pitching duties in only 7 innings. The last 9-inning no-hitter was thrown by Kenny Learman in 1976 against Louisiana Lafayette. On the verge of achieving what hasn't been done here at Southeastern in nearly 40 years, Hymel says his nerves started to get to him late in the game. But he overcame and completed the no-hitter.
It was pretty nerve-wracking. I try not to think about it too much. People didn't come up to me and say, hey, you got a no-hitter, because, I would jinx it right there. So, I would just come back in and, sit down, put my hat in my glove in the same spot, and just focus on, when I get back out there, just pound the zone and getting outs.
In the week after his breakout game, Jordan Hymel grabbed the attention of the rest of the baseball universe, receiving National Player of the Week honors by Collegiate Baseball Magazine, Louisiana Pitcher of the Week honors by the Louisiana Writers Association, Southland Conference Player of the Week, and College Baseball Insider Central Region Pitcher of the Week. With all this extra attention, it would be easy for Hymel to get distracted, but he claims it won't.
I'm really focused on the next week's game already. I threw it, a couple days, felt all the love from everybody on Facebook and whatnot, but it's time to focus on the next game because we got to win every game. I can't just keep looking back at that no-hitter. I got to move forward and prepare myself for the next game.
With this no-hitter, Jordan Hymel's name will forever be etched in the history books of Southeastern baseball. But Hymel says he's not done just yet. This season's still early, and there is still a lot that this team wants to accomplish. For the big game, I'm Sean Mire. Just a week before Mardi Gras floats and purple, green, and gold beads took over the streets of New Orleans, the city was instead filled with jerseys of purple, red, and gold, as New Orleans played host to Super Bowl 47. Fans of the Baltimore Ravens and San Francisco 49ers flocked to New Orleans to watch their respective teams in the Super Bowl.
Ravens win 27-21. Niners, baby.
While in New Orleans, these visitors experienced all the fun the city has to offer. Whether celebrating with other fans down Bourbon Street and enjoying the fun and food of the French Quarter, or strolling down Super Bowl Boulevard, and listening to the unique music of South Louisiana, New Orleans created the perfect atmosphere for America's biggest game.
It's great. There's a lot of energy in the city. It's a lot of fun. I mean, all of a sudden they have
did the Bourbon Street, got Dicky Bread Steakhouse, a bunch of good restaurants, NFL experience, a bunch of just walk around talking to Ravens fans. It's a good time.
With so much going on, many locals took advantage of having this great event in their own backyard.
It's awesome. It's awesome. An event you can't miss.
Super Bowl 47 marked the 10th Super Bowl hosted by New Orleans. The last time it was in New Orleans was 11 years ago. In that Super Bowl, the New England Patriots beat the St. Louis Rams in a classic thriller, which saw Adam Vinatieri kick a game-winning field goal as time expired. Now the Super Bowl is back in the Crescent City, and many say it's about time.
It's been great. We've been here before, so we kind of knew the lay of the land, but it's been really good. Watching the people in Bourbon Street is quite an experience.
Now, New Orleans is lobbying to host the Super Bowl again in 2018, and a successful event this time around would help the city's cause. 49er and Baltimore fans agree that great food, a great city, and great weather creates a great event for the Super Bowl. For the Big Game, I'm Sean Mire.